Hey guys, you want to play some games?
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah?
Copyright song.
Lulu's ready.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I woke Lilu. Welcome, everyone. Hello
Hello.
to Pixel Club Podcast episode
Triple P.
something or other episode. What number is it, Kathy Brown?
I feel like this might be our fourth, but I could be wrong.
No.
That's like number 7 or 8.
No way.
Yeah.
We have not done this that many times. I don't believe you.
It's more than 5. But
No.
Less than 10.
I'm going to
No.
guess 92. So,
It is podcast number 7.
7.
No way.
Yeah. So
Really?
Josh was right.
Damn.
See Depths.
He wins the invisible prize.
Yeah.
There's some golden poop right there.
Yes. So, who I got to my right?
Kathy.
Across from me?
Josh.
Right to my left? Right to my
A
left.
tipsy Shelby.
Yes. We got some day drinkers up in here.
Yeah, I'm already drunk.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And I am your terrible host, Andrew.
You're a great host.
Andrew.
Yes.
You did so well the first time. We were
Yep.
just like, screw
Screw it. You're
screw
the
the
host
circle
all the time.
thing.
Yep. Works for me.
Fuck switching the
So
host
this is probably the shortest amount of time between podcasts. I looked at when I posted the last one. It was December 29th. So it's like a month and a half, essentially.
It was a month and a half because you started podcast number 3. There's like, it's been a month and a fucking half, and we're ready to talk about.
All right. Well, it feels super close.
Whatever. It feels far away to
Well,
me.
it feels. I think I had so much fun doing the List podcast. I dream about it.
The 3
It
hour
was a
podcast.
lot of fun.
That
yeah.
shit was fun.
I
It was
enjoyed
great.
that a lot.
So I guess a lot has happened for us, at least, since then.
Yeah.
We'll get to the games thing in a minute. You know what you're fucking here for. But
Games.
me and Kathy went out of the damn country.
We did.
We just came back
Sunday.
5 days ago, 6 days ago.
Yep.
We went to Canada,
Canadian land.
the Great White North, and it was white.
It was.
And it was white.
And it was white. It started snowing the day we got there.
Yep. And I really don't think it had been snowing.
Yeah, everyone was saying it's been a warm winter. It ain't been snowing, and then as soon as we get there, fucking
You know what? In honor, I still have my snow
yeah,
boots
still
on.
wearing her snow boots. I took
Can't
mine
see
off
'em.
immediately as soon as we got back to North Carolina. I was like, flip.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean they were comfortable, but they were just I can't deal with fucking boots that go up. I don't want shoes touching my shins. That's weird.
Oh,
But
I'll wear fucking knee highs. I don't care.
what were we
Yeah.
doing up there, Kathy Brown?
Well, we were up there for many reasons. We did a lot of a game store hopping, which was cool.
Well, first and foremost, visit your family.
Yeah, my family lives up there. I'm not from there, but they moved up there when I was 18. So the rest of them live up there, and I'm the oldest of my siblings. So I'm the only one that ended up staying down here. But my brother is having a baby. Well, his wife is. So
That's typically how it happens.
Just clarifying.
but it's a boy, in case anybody is wondering. We had
Yeah.
a big old
Knew it.
gender reveal party.
Yes, they had a baker bake the cake, and inside of it had a layer of either pink or blue frosting, and only the baker knew. So when
And
they cut into
bam.
the cake, they knew what it was.
Shout out to them, because they literally waited for us to get up there to
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. cut the cake and find out the news.
their original appointment, I think, there was a problem that like, oh, the baby's turning around, we can't see, so they had to wait
Yeah.
even an extra
Yeah,
2
baby.
weeks.
But they were still waiting regardless.
Yeah, they waited like
Which
2
was
weeks or something.
super sweet of them, because
Yeah.
if I were in their shoes, I don't know if I could have waited that long. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if I could wait for a party. Period. I'd be like, just tell me right now.
yeah. So anyway, it's a boy. We were all hoping for a boy. We have a lot of ladies on my side of the family, so it's nice to have.
A boy.
Yes,
A
and
boy.
shout out to Graham and Sonia for being good hosts for us. We stayed in their new house
Mm-hmm.
that they've purchased since the last time we've been up there. We
Yep.
stayed up there, got to see it. It was very nice of them to let us crash.
They had lots of croissants.
Yeah.
Do they live in the Frenchy part of Canada?
No, but
That's Rory.
No, this is
Sorry.
I still enjoyed the croissants.
this is something about Kathy. She was like, "Oh, croissants." I'm like, I've never heard you say that before. I've grocery shopped for us for like 10 years now. Never heard her say pick up some
They're
croissants.
probably different up in Canada.
Hey, look, I had one. It was
It
kind
was
of it was a
delicious.
croissant,
Hey, Miss Jimmy, drop my croissant.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
My little croissant.
but yeah, and we In addition to seeing the family, we got to do all the Canadian things.
Yep. We had
Shovel snow.
poutine.
Ate a bunch of poutine.
I shoveled more snow than you did.
Yeah, well,
Just saying.
Do
I
you
want
get
the
some
one.
Timmies?
Yes.
God, every
every
day.
fucking day.
Sometimes twice.
Ride the local polar bear.
I want to go through the trouble of getting our passports so we can finally go visit Rory up in Canada.
Yeah, but he's in French part now.
I'm
I
fine with
know.
going to the French part.
I
after
hate
4
that
years
he's
of
not
fucking
nearby
French,
so
man.
we could travel together. I hate that.
Yeah,
'Cause-
move back, you bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa, sorry.
Jesus.
No, he's
He
happy.
listens to this.
He's stoked that he works at a AAA company now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Milton is pretty sweet, though, where he lived. It's pretty cool. What else we do that was Canadian?
Tubing.
Oh, we went to the cannabis store.
We went to the cannabis store. We saw a lot of weed up there. We saw so much weed.
This is like the one thing I've never experienced.
Oh my gosh. Look, it was weird.
It's like walking to the Apple store. It's the set of iPhones off on the walls. It's just weed nuggets that you look in through a magnifying glass.
It's weird because they have them in these little canisters that are clear, right? And there's like a magnifying glass on the canister, so you could like see the crystals on the weed nuggets, and you can
The nugs.
sniff it. You can
Yeah.
sniff it, and they all have
Weed
like
nugs.
different flavors and things. It's
They all
bizarre.
probably have some weird names too. Like
Yeah.
They do, like White Widow,
Widows.
other
Galaxy's
names.
dick.
It was so strange, and they had like a billion salespeople working in there.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Really?
There's like a
What are you
lush.
looking for?
Like, wow, there's 17 employees in
it
this
was
tiny
like
room.
lush.
Do you
It
like
was
st-
like lush.
Sativa, or you want?
Yeah. And they were like taking orders on iPads. Like,
Speaking a foreign language to me.
so this one's got 14% THC. I don't know if you're really into that. This one's got
That's what-
12% CBD.
We also
I
got
was-
gummies over here, bro.
No, they didn't have any of that. They haven't. I guess they haven't legalized the
They haven't
edibles
legalized
yet.
edibles yet, but it's
You
coming.
can only
But it's
inhale it.
coming soon. The edibles
But
are,
they
but
don't know if you're taking the buds and making them into edibles.
I guess that's
You
your own
could.
prerogative. I guess after
Oh,
you get that, but they didn't have gummies or brownies or any of that other stuff. But it was a Canadian experience, I guess. We went in there and we were like, well, I guess we can't buy anything because what are we going to do with it?
Well,
we can't bring it
We
back.
bought some CBD pills,
Oh, yeah, we did.
which
That's
were
true.
potent, I would say.
I wouldn't say.
They weren't, I mean, they were better than that oil that we got down here.
You think so?
Yeah,
I
that-
had like 4 of them one day. And I was like,
What?
didn't do anything.
Didn't
I
get
don't
you
feel
stoned.
anything yet.
Like 2 hours later, she's just laying on the floor.
No, I wasn't.
I see Pokemon in real life.
That would be cool.
It just made you feel a little bit relaxed. You're just like, especially on a car, you're just like, oh yeah. Just push back in the seat a little bit more than you normally
Maybe that's
would.
what we need before we go on vacation with my family.
We're going to Florida.
We're going to Florida. They
Florida,
finally fucking
bitch.
decided on somewhere to go.
We're at in
Is
Florida.
that an issue every year?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Well, Kissimmee.
We're going to Kissimmee.
So we're going to take Brandon to go see the Avatar world. He's going to literally shit his 15-year-old
He
pants.
loves the movie Avatar. And at Animal Kingdom, they literally, it looks like they took the world from
Pandora.
the movie Pandora and put it in Disney. And I really want to take him to go see it. Just because everything.
I've never
That's
seen
cool.
Avatar.
I've seen the movie, but I can't remember that much about it.
The movie is like 2 hours long. My brother's probably seen it like at least 20 times.
That
Yeah.
was me and Twister. When I was there. Yeah.
What? What else did we do that was super Canadian?
Tubing.
Oh yeah, we went snow tubing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. The videos. They're super
Man, it was snowing, which was really beautiful. But also them snowflakes cut you.
Yeah, when you're going down that fast.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You just like get all these spiky snowflakes right in your face
Yeah.
as you were going
You're like, I
down.
want to look when I'm going down, but you can't. You're like this.
I'm going to get LASIK on accident.
Those snowflakes will cut your ass, let me tell you.
And I didn't tell you this when I was up there, but my problem, my fat ass in that tube, I would get down and my ass would touch the ground. It would and like when I'd start to hit them hills, I'd be like, whoa! And I had to like lay like this with my ass up in the air because it would hit that ground really hard and hurt.
That's funny. Well, I wouldn't
It's
say
the
that
same in a river, too. Like, you hit a rock in a river and you're like, oh, my
Do you remember
anus.
that my big ass bruise on my butt cheek that I had from the rock that assaulted me during river tubing?
Yeah.
I've never been river tubing.
Yeah, it's fun until you get to the rapids part, and then you're
And then you get assaulted by rocks.
yeah. You haven't lived until you took a rock to the bottom.
Yeah, that sounds real bad.
I don't want to do that. We did a lot of game hunting, which
There's so many more
there
options.
was, there's so many stores up there. I was like, I know there's 2 in London in the town we're staying in. That's all I thought we'd see. But we ended up going to
It's
the
called
store.
Game Cycle.
Yeah, we ended up going to the store in Milton, which is like 2 hours away.
Yeah, Toy Rat.
Which we usually go to.
I was about to say, did you go to the store you usually go to?
Yeah,
Remember the
and I
guide
got
or
video
something?
this time. You remember this?
Oh, did
Do you remember this? I can't believe it.
He's like, hey, y'all getting married again? Like,
No. So my sister, I'm such an introvert, right? Like I don't really like talking to strangers. Social interaction is exhausting. My sister can talk to fucking anybody, anywhere, anytime.
That's why she's a good salesperson.
In the elevator, in the taxi. And so, of course, she strikes up a conversation with the guy at Toy Rat. And
Dude, so her wrong NES cables, though. I should have got a look at them before she bought
yeah,
'em.
you should have.
But I trust it. I was like, well, hey, he runs this fucking store. He probably knows more than I do. But he was wrong.
Apparently not.
Yep.
wrong, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I got video this time. And it's going to go.
I'm so excited. The Canada videos are my favorite.
Yeah, it must be over 100 videos.
That many?
Yeah.
I didn't realize
There's
you
like
took
20 of
that
y'all
many.
in the hot tub.
Oh yeah, me and my brother, my parents have a hot tub that they bought real cheap off their neighbor, but it's like a sweet hot tub. Like
it's got a TV in it and like
strobe
speakers that
lights
come out. And, it's
and
really
a
crazy.
TV and speakers. It's crazy, and it could seat like 8 people. It's crazy.
Damn.
But we get in there when it's snowing and we start like challenging or daring each other to go out in the snow in our bathing seats and do like snow angels and like run to the fence and do some jumping jacks. Like we just challenge each other to do.
I have video evidence of this now.
So fun. So fun.
But yeah, all that would be chronicled in a video. And God knows when I'll have it done. I'll probably start editing tomorrow. We ain't doing shit else. Or I ain't
Look
doing
out
shit
for
else.
it on Slash Strike.
Yes,
Yep.
please
Happy Place Clash.
check it out. So that's our little adventure.
We went to Game Haven too though. And
Never really nothing else to talk about besides Toy Rat. All the other
Well.
stores were kind of.
yeah, but there's just so much more options. I mean, here our option is trade it, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
But trade it
We
cheaper.
went to this pretty sweet place called, what is it, One Up Games in Hamilton.
Yeah, the Hamilton place was nice because they had an arcade
Mm.
in their basement, and they had a lot of cool stuff. They had a bunch of old magazines that I was looking through, like it's from EGM from 1996. This was right up my alley. And they had a busted DDR machine, and there were some punk kids in there who were pissed. They're like, what button doesn't work? I was like,
I'm supposed to get my DDR and go.
give me my toonie
I
back.
look like I used to in high school with my beanie. And my
I
black
love your
shirt.
beanie. It makes me happy.
Yeah,
I need a
I love
beanie.
my beanie.
Yes, we should.
It's Josh's.
We should describe this right now. Josh and Shelby are both wearing Inner Circle shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, let you
The
know.
Chris Jericho led AEW heel stable.
We have better records than most of the group.
They have officially turned heel.
I love a good heel. Can I just say?
Yes.
And it's cute because they're like not the same.
yeah, not the same. She's got the newer one.
Circle
That's the original.
shirts.
I like the original. That one's cool too. I like the
I
spray
like
paint.
Shelby's better,
Thanks.
personally.
I like that they look like some weird like conspiracy theorists. Like
Yeah.
the dollar's trying to tell us the future, man.
Someone's gonna probably stop us and be like,
You part of Illuminati.
"What are y'all up to?"
Part Illuminati.
Oh, if AEW comes anywhere close to here, we're all dressing like Orange Cassidy, and we're getting as close as we can to the fucking ring.
Yes.
We'll just stand there the whole time.
We're thumbs up.
Yep.
So that was our adventure. What have y'all been up to since last time?
School started again,
That's an adventure of its own.
so not shit.
Let me bow down.
I did cry in the bathroom last week.
What?
You know what? It happens.
After my financial management class, I felt a little overwhelmed because I thought I wasn't doing good, but I got 100 on my quiz.
That's the best you can do.
Yeah.
You cannot beat 100%.
But I was feeling like I was falling behind everybody else, so after class, I went to the bathroom and I weeped a little bit, but it was okay.
You know what? I respect a good weep in the bathroom.
That's me at work.
I don't even make it to the bathroom half the time.
Just like I'm gonna lay down in the hall. Like, what are you doing?
Someone please just help.
I've been trying to stream a little bit.
Yeah, you were streaming
More.
last night, hasn't it?
I rode my horse into a cabin.
That shit was so fucking funny.
Poor Taco.
I hope you clipped that.
I didn't, but I can, and I'll send it to you. Insert clip here of me.
You can hear me maniacally laughing in the background.
Yeah.
It's just stupid horse.
And then Andy in the comment section going, R.I.P. Taco.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Taco.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry, Taco. I'm sorry. Taco, I'm really, really sorry. This happens all the time where I don't press the brakes quick enough on the horse. So.
Taco in the sea that's like hanging off. Right?
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of, I don't know, we're doing life updates on now. Like,
We can get into it if you want to.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Online because I've been trying to get into role-playing because we've talked about it on the podcast before, we watch a GTA Online role-play channel, and I'm like, well, they might do that with Red Dead, so I might as well just practice my role-play.
Do you see a server? Are you playing on the PC or the PS4 version?
I play on the PS4 right now, but if
I wonder
they
if PC has like
do-
a server list that you can look at when you.
For RP, I don't think they could do that.
I don't think they.
I think
GTA
you can-
5 did not have one.
Yeah,
You just
I
hit the
think you
button and
can
you went.
only mod the PC version, if I'm correct. Yeah, I don't know, but I made my character. Her name's Chantilly,
Chantilly.
And-
Dilly.
and my thought process behind that is that her mom named her Chantilly because she was so pretty, and then she grew up and she wanted to explore the open world, so she was like hard up for money. So she's like, oh, I'll become a bounty hunter, and
I'm going to Blackwater.
I went to Blackwater, and so you can do one of three
Paths,
things.
like career paths.
Yeah. You can be bounty hunter, a collector, or a moonshiner. So I tried bounty hunter.
Moonshiner.
That's what I'd be.
I didn't have the money to be a moonshiner. So I got my bounty hunting license, and I did a couple of bounty hunting jobs, but each time I would do it, when Chantilly would go look for the bad guys, she had trouble figuring out which one was the correct bad guy, so she just shot all of them. And they're only worth half the money if they're dead, instead if you bring them in alive.
That's the way it was in the
So-
first Red Dead, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I remember doing
So
a few of those.
she quit that and met this gypsy lady. Now she just goes around and collects things. Was what I was doing last night, trying to find the eggs and the tarot cards and everything like that. And I'll spend hours just looking for shit, like looking for collectibles.
Driving your horses into random barns.
So that's what you
I'm
do
the
in
worst.
Red Dead Online?
I don't really run into anybody, but I also don't have a mic hooked up.
People used to harass the shit out of you. When you first
Yeah.
started playing, it was like, you're going to die. But now all those people have moved on to being
Yeah.
something else.
So I think that the jobs help
Yeah.
because they're all
Yeah,
doing their own
that wasn't
thing.
in at launch.
There's a bounty
so-
hunting system too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
there's a bounty hunting
if you're a
system
dick,
too.
you can.
You can. I can put a warrant out on somebody. Like somebody did kill me in Tumbleweed last week, and I put a warrant on him. So, because he was being a dick, I was just trying to buy shit. And I've been playing Sims 4 again.
Which is
Free on PS Plus right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the console version.
I'm gonna try it.
Oh my god!
I've heard too many people talk about The Sims 4. It's like, it's fucking time.
It's time.
And I'm gonna play it on the PS4
No, you ain't.
like a plebe.
I don't even believe you.
Whatever, it's free. I'm downloading
I
it.
don't believe you.
You know what I did try to download though? That's free. Also, the Bioshock collection is free, and Bioshock Infinite is a separate download. So I was like, I want to just see that beginning again. I want to.
The beginning of that
Walk
game
around.
is fucking
Yeah.
great.
But I didn't
When
have
you
any hard drive
first
space.
see Columbia for the first time.
Yes.
We were talking about that game last night.
Ooh, Lord, yeah.
As a game that like we wish we could play again without knowing anything
Oh, yeah.
about
Like
it.
erase my memory of all like the plot twists and all of
Yeah.
everything that happens. I just want like a clean playthrough of that game.
I feel like I mentioned Giant Bomb every single episode, but Giant Bomb did a really cool thing when after that game came out. Everybody had beaten it except for one guy, Vinny, and they basically sat him in a room by himself playing those last moments, like when you're like get to the timeline where Elizabeth's like old and like fucking tucking over Columbia and she's like crazy,
Yeah.
like starting there all the way to the end, and they're just watching him and like all the stuff coming together, and he's in a room by himself.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and he's like, what the fuck? And they all talk about the stories. It was like, man, that's crazy.
I didn't really take in everything my first playthrough because so much happened.
Yeah,
Like it was a lot to process.
Like I didn't the Latesse twins. I didn't understand them at all until I had to like look it
They
up.
were
Like,
the same person from different timelines. Yeah.
And like
Spoiler
all
alert.
the songs that people were hearing from the future, it's because they'd step into a dimension like, oh, I found one where the Beatles were recording, and now I've taken this song back to Columbia or whatever.
Yep. Have I been playing anything else?
Let's check the Google Doc.
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah,
Red
you
Dead
didn't
Online.
fill out anything on the Google Doc.
She said Red Dead Online and Sims 4.
Didn't think about it.
We were.
All I've been playing is World of Warcraft.
Yeah, he's been playing WoW because he's been trying to get this fucking shield to
The
drop
classic?
for years.
No, just regular.
Years.
And years and years, apparently.
So
I couldn't
there's
be
a
holding
shield in
out
this
for
game,
years.
and I never got it when it was like considered content. So now you can just go back to these dungeons and like run right through them really easily. And I've been trying to get this one shield to transmog like my own shield with for years and years and years. And I've been doing this so long that I actually had back-to-back weeks where like this legendary item, it's like glaives, and one drops and another one drops, and I had it drop before the actual non-legendary item. It was fucking frustrating, but I finally got it to drop last night. And,
He was
Nice.
so excited. I wish I was still streaming when he got it because he literally was like, "I got it!" And we like high-fived. It was
so I'll never.
He marked out.
I'll never walk back in there ever again.
yeah. So now you don't have to do that dungeon anymore.
Yeah, so I texted Rory, and he was like, "Welcome to the Shield Club." You know, years and years later.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm happy.
Did we talk about? I don't know because the last podcast was a list podcast. Did
Yeah,
we
we did.
talk about you getting crunk for Jesus and reuniting with your old guild
No,
when Brandon was over?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Was it Brandon? No, I think we talked about that in the podcast.
no way.
That was
I don't remember hearing
No, we didn't really
about
talk
that.
about current stuff we had been playing, really.
Nope.
that was like.
It was
yeah.
just lists.
I got really fucking drunk one Sunday.
And because it was the Sunday before we had like a Monday off. It was maybe Labor Day.
Yeah.
So Sunday, my brother was over. He didn't have to go to work, so he stayed Sunday night instead of leaving like he usually does. And we were in the middle of watching John Wick, and Josh all of a sudden wanted to drink and didn't stop.
Did you
That's
get
the
drunk,
drunkest
Josh?
I've been.
It was the drunkest I've ever
It's-
seen. Like
Ever?
toddler status drunk
I think the last time I got that drunk was
when
maybe.
he broke the laundry basket.
No,
Oh, yeah.
that wasn't. I was even like I lost time.
Okay, yes. You woke up still drunk. Like
Yeah.
that's how drunk
I
you
woke
were.
up still drunk and I
that's
stumbled.
bad.
And this was like 9 a.m. It was
Wow.
It was bad.
Yep. And I could tell he was still drunk because he woke up and he was being. There's a level of drunk where Josh gets where he's like a toddler, and when he woke up, he was still kind of like toddlery
But in a good way
in a
or
cuddly,
like a
cute
grumpy way?
No, not in a grumpy way. Like in a cuddly, cute way. I was like, you're still drunk. You need to sleep in a little bit more. So
I'm not. I don't ever get angry.
He's not like
I
a-
get like.
affectionate.
I'm just thinking of, when you say toddler, I think tantrum.
I get like stumbly.
It's more
and,
like I had to hold his hand to take him to the office and sit him in his chair. Sit him physically in his chair and scoot him up to the desk. And when I scooted him up to the desk, this is his mic right here. He's like, Rory, hey buddy. I'm like, baby, your microphone's not on yet. You're not even in Discord. Hold on one second. So I scooted him away from the desk. I had to scoot him away from the desk. And I had to turn it on. I had turned the microphone on. I logged him in the Discord. Made sure Rory was in the chat. I was like, Rory, good fucking luck. Pushed him up to the computer and I went to sleep. So, and then I heard from my brother the next day everything that happened because Josh doesn't remember anything. Apparently they were playing Diablo 3 and Brandon was leveling them up in it because he said that you logged on the next day into Diablo and you had gone from like level
I was level 60 and then 300 into the next levels, like the.
he went from level 60 to level 300 and he doesn't remember how.
No, I don't remember anything. I remember marking him on Battle.net as my bestest brother-in-law.
Yeah,
And
he
it's like all
changed
spelled-
Brandon's name to bestest brother-in-law on a.
And then I got into a Discord chat with my old guild from like way back when, and apparently
Like from early 2000s.
I was
Wow.
just shocked by everybody because there was like I remember there being a family and their kids, and now their kids are like
Adults.
25, 26 years old. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. So I don't know. I don't know why I got so drunk. I don't remember finish watching.
I think
John.
you were literally just trying to get everything out of the fridge. I
Yeah.
think we were just trying to get rid of the beer that was in
We
the
were
fridge.
watching John Wick 3,
Because
and
Brandon hadn't seen it.
I don't remember anything past like halfway through the movie, and then I woke up the next morning in bed.
Lost time. I've never heard of anybody that got so drunk they lost time.
I've been that way, but it's been decades.
I don't even know why. I just did it.
But Brandon loved it. Because Brandon was in
Because he
here
kept
on his
bringing me more
laptop.
beer.
Yeah, Brandon kept feeding him. More drinks.
He's
And
the
Brandon was like,
devil on the
"I've
shoulder.
Never seen
Yeah.
anybody drunk like this except for in the movies. It was great. I was like, what the fuck? That's my husband. Please don't kill him.
We usually mark myself as like sort of tipsy, and then I go to TED Talk.
TED Talk Josh. Okay, there's levels of drunk Josh. There's tipsy, TED Talk, laundry basket, and then toddler.
I usually give like really inspirational like talks.
Speeches. Yeah.
I was saying like
Especially if
this
my
would
brother's
actually be a good idea.
Inspirational talk.
Yeah.
You just get me really like you get me TED Talk drunk and push me out on the stage.
You can do it.
I'll be like,
Believe in yourself.
You there in the crowd, just fuck it. You do what you want to do.
Are you where you want to be at in life?
No.
Why not?
Yeah, that's pretty much Josh. It's like,
it's mostly towards Brandon. I'm like, Brandon, stop
He's like,
being so insecure.
yeah, he's like,
Live
"Man,
your
you're the
life."
best, man. He's like, I wish you could see you the way I see you, man. Like, I love you.
Put on my glasses.
It's like, he's just really affectionate and just really inspirational.
That is
And he
hilarious.
loves everybody.
Those are the best drunks to be around.
Yep.
If you ever go to a party and you catch a bad drunk, you're like,
I'm
that
only,
fucker needs to leave.
Yeah, I'm only fighty drunk when his cousin's around.
You're like, fuck you, Chuck.
Yeah. Fuck you, Chuck. Get out of my
That's
house.
right.
I'll punch you.
Yeah.
Everybody loves when you're drunk, Andy.
Yeah, I tend to. I'll make somebody laugh in this room before I'm done.
Yep. And you're lovey-dovey. Like you hug people and you
Oh,
make
yeah.
them feel loved.
Yeah, I'm not an angry drunk whatsoever.
No,
Complete opposite.
that's true.
I don't know what kind of. I think it depends on what I drink, what kind of drunk I am, to be honest.
I don't know if I have a specific kind of drunk.
Kathy
You
doesn't
just
get
get quiet.
Kathy doesn't get drunk. She like gets tipsy, or then it's I'm laying on the bathroom floor, and that's it.
Is it like a seesaw?
Yeah. Literally, the weight tips over. It's like done.
That makes sense. Yep. You're right.
Oh, Lord.
And it's like it's typically wine.
Yeah, wine will get to me, man. I can drink liquor. I can drink beer all day long.
That's not true.
Well, that's true.
The last time you had a margarita.
But there's other things involved there.
Oh yeah.
Drinking at 12 in the morning. Or
Yeah,
That was my
11:30.
mom's fault. It was like 11 o'clock.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're sitting in the hot tub. I FaceTime my mom.
There goes
She's
Stephanie.
like, why ain't y'all drinking? I was like, it's like 10 in the morning, Mom. She's like, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And me and Kathy were like, make a good point.
We were like, that sounds like really reasonable. That's it.
Lacey
Might
wasn't
as
even
well.
there yet. That's
Yeah.
how early in the morning it was. She didn't get to the house till 1 fucking o'clock.
That's right.
Definitely started drinking at 10 a.m. at a beach house before.
Yeah.
Definitely have.
Yeah.
We want to do a friendcation.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to like get a bunch of us to do like a
Split
friendcation
skis.
somewhere in like Tennessee or something.
It
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
fun.
Me
Yeah.
and my friends used to get like 10 dudes together and rent a beachfront house in Myrtle Beach a couple years in a row until we got kicked out of one because we put a hole in the wall.
No, Jason.
Jason put a hole in the wall. But
I think
just
it'd
think
be cool
it'd be
to
pretty
like
cool.
a cabin in like Gatlinburg or something because we can do moonshine tastings and get really
Yeah, I've been
fucked
wanting
up.
to go to Gatlinburg. We got some friends that like
we
to
haven't
go
gone
there.
further west than Nashville on vacation. So.
We always talk about like when we're on vacation, we're like, it'd be really cool to come back with like
Come with
Kathy and
friends.
Andy and like other groups, and just like that way you're able to like everybody's able to pitch in and get their own little spot and like wake up and no one has to worry about I gotta drive home so I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Get
can
those
down
lifts.
for sure.
Yeah.
Uber everywhere.
Maybe one day there'll be a podcast from some random spot.
Yeah, we're on a mountain. We're on a mountain, bitch. Where you at?
'Cause
Not on a mountain.
I like going on vacations. I like the way that we do vacation where instead of like going out to eat every night, when we first get there, we'll go to the grocery store and get like groceries for the week. And just cook at the vacation house.
Yeah.
And it saves a lot of money so you can go out and do things.
I like that better anyway. I feel like it's more fun than sitting in a restaurant.
Everybody does one meal a night. Or like,
I'll do both. Take me to a restaurant, like, I'll eat. You cook for me, I'll be like, I'll eat.
But yeah, I think Gatlinburg would be a really cool place for us to go.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Kathy
A
Brown,
lot of video content.
Well,
What have you been playing?
I was going to ask Kathy what you've been playing.
man, I've been playing a few things.
Man, you've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses
Yeah, that's
on
what
the
I'm,
Nintendo Switch.
that's what I've been playing the most recently.
She about cried playing this game.
What?
One of her characters died. She was just like, she literally was talking about like an hour later, I can't believe that person died.
Oh yeah. It's got a good story to it, man.
Can't get past like the first
It
2
does.
hours.
you tried one
I know,
night
I
on
know.
the couch
It's-
for 30 minutes.
It's what, this game? Really?
We have it right back there.
Well, I love the strategy games anyway, so
It's just not her first Fire Emblem game.
this
So
is
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. But it is the best. The other best that I've played was Fire Emblem Awakening.
on the 3DS.
And it's super good. My dad just died in the game, so I'm kind of sad about that. That's what I was freaking out about.
So for people in the know, which house did you pick?
I picked the. Dang,
Was
what
it the
house
Eagles?
I picked the hot blonde dude's house.
Yep, that's whose house I
Okay.
picked. That's all
So
I know.
Gryffindor.
I'm trying to remember what the name of that house is.
Sir.
Puffleguff.
What house is that? The guy
Um,
that
Ravenclaw.
they don't mention it too often. No, it's not. That's Harry Potter.
That's the joke.
Anyway, I had a really hard time picking a house, but I ended up picking the hot blonde dude's house.
I think I picked the blonde chick.
Oh yeah, Edelgard, I think
Yeah.
is her name.
I was gonna pick blue, but I was like, this guy looks like an asshole.
He's like a true gentleman.
Yeah. He's a prince, sir.
I was like,
I
this
know,
guy looks
he's
like
great.
an asshole. I'm done. So I went with I think she's red. I don't know.
Yeah.
She, yeah, because the dark skinned dude's yellow, the yellow house, right?
I'm
Yeah. I'm totally blanking on the name right
someone
now.
listening right now is like, just
But
fucking
it's
calm
weird.
down.
It's weird because this church brings you in and suddenly makes you professor, even though you're like pretty much the same age as the kids.
Right.
It sounds like.
Yeah.
And then there's people in the game that have these crests, which are like pretty much special powers to be able to wield special weapons. And I have a crest. And then there's like a goddess in my head.
Yeah, that talks to you.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
talks to me. And I love the voice acting for this game. I think it's really spot on and really good. Like maybe the most impressive voice acting I've ever seen.
I've heard that a lot in the reviews that I've seen of that game.
It's
They really
good.
like the voice acting in it.
Like I can read the words, the text boxes, but I want to hear what they're saying
Right.
because they do such a good job saying the words.
Black Eagles, Blue Lions, and Golden Deer.
So it must be Blue Lions.
So the red lion,
Blue barracudas.
Yeah. Purple
the
monkeys.
silver monkey.
Yeah, but I just got to
Yes.
the point where Gerald,
Purple parrots.
who is my dad, he just died.
Excuse me, it's Geralt. I've worried.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
You want fireball on it?
In my mind, it's Gerald. It could be Geralt, but I really don't think it is.
Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah. And it's super good. And then you get to teach your students, like they have like different motivation levels and you can teach them, which pretty much brings their stats up for certain weapons or things. So in that way, it's sort of like Persona
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, I want to start this game. I've never played. I've played the Fire Emblem game on the GBA through emulation several years ago, and I was really bad at it. But they've changed the difficulty levels a lot. since that game. So I want to try this when you're done with it.
Yeah, and they've got like little side stories. They've got major missions. They've got different quests you can fulfill. I feel like there's plenty to do and not enough time to do it. You can explore and you can talk to people. You kind of build your relationship with different people. You can have tea parties on their birthday.
You can also mismanage your time, I feel like.
And I don't know, I might be doing that.
You can do that in Persona.
Yeah, I definitely fucked that up. So whenever Royal comes out, I'll probably replay it from the beginning.
That's this year, isn't it?
Yep. But you know what comes out next month, Kathy?
Yes.
What is it, Animal Crossing?
Hell yeah.
Didn't it get
You're going to
delayed?
see me and Kathy for months.
Yeah. Just
I heard
forget
something
about us.
fucked up about that game. Like
What?
super fucked up.
What?
Your save is fucking. You only have one save on the.
One town per system.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who's playing.
Oh, that's
It's
weird.
the same town.
Andy, Kathy's coming for your flower.
Well, I'm probably
Andy,
play
you
it.
can't play my game.
No, I'm not.
You can't play mine.
I have my own Switch.
Oh, that's true.
Thank
We
you.
have our own Switches now.
Yep, so, man, I never felt like me and Andy were competing for Switches until we were out of town in Canada last month.
Guess who got it too? This guy.
Most of the time, except for when I woke up before you and I grabbed it and went downstairs, and me and Mary were like, we were playing our Switches
Yeah,
in
they
the
were.
morning.
I have a video shot of it. It will be in our video, but there's 3 Switches on a couch at one point.
That's so
and everyone's playing different games.
I love it.
Yep. Yeah, we got into playing Overcooked.
Yeah, I played a lot of Overcooked too. That game's too.
There's too much going on.
There's a level of stress involved in that game that's just not fun. It's like nothing's getting done.
I
I'm
think
like-
it's fun.
Like work.
Yeah, it's just like, and like that game's designed for people to yell at one another. I'm like, that's not. I don't want to do that.
Well, I don't really feel like we yelled that much.
Graham was yelling.
Well,
He
Graham,
wasn't like mad yelling.
Let
He was
me-
like trying to get his point across loudly.
let me tell you something about Graham.
Get the
He
goddamn
manages
hot
a
dogs.
McDonald's, which is the perfect expertise for this game.
Oh my god.
So, and then his wife works at Starbucks, and then
Also manages. They're
she manages
both
like a
basically store managers.
they're both basically store managers, and so me and Mary were just like, we're along for the ride, just tell us what we need to be doing. But then at the same time, me and Mary are both managers, so we're like all trying to combine our management expertise.
When we're playing like a Dota or something like that, Shelby's sitting there like, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what I need to do. And it's like, I'm trying to control my own stuff.
I'm
I
a
can't
manager, but when we're playing HOTS or, any top-down strategy game,
I need you to tell me what to
I
do.
was like, just tell me where I need to be. Do I need to be bot? Do I need to be middle? Do I need to be top? I'm like, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Because I'm used to being on a competitive team where somebody else calls out the strategies. I don't. I just follow what the team leader tells me to do. That's why I'm so reliant on you guys.
I was fine with following. I was like, Graham, and we would sit there and we would talk about our different strategies.
And it was the weirdest thing because sometimes they would 3-star level and then do the exact same strategy on the next level and not even get 1 star.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
It
we
was just-
sort of
it
had
was
to
so weird.
redo our strategies. But I was really having a lot of fun with that game.
You know what my job was? I would call out when a dirty plate would pop up.
Yeah.
Someone needs to do the dishes. Everyone else would be focused on nothing. I'm like, that's a dirty plate. Dirty plate.
Dirty plate.
Dirty plate. Dirty plate. Dirty plate. That's why I'd say that over and over again until someone's like, all right, get the plate. Damn it.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to serve this food if you don't have plates.
Dirty plate.
I love that game. I thought it was great. I wish we could have played more of it.
It's very stressful.
I don't find it stressful. I think it's just coming up with the right strategy.
Sure.
But anyway, what else
What
have
else
I
have you
been
been
playing?
You played, I don't know how much you got into it on the List podcast, but you've been playing a lot of Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom off and on.
Yep, that's
That's our
the
latest Kathy Plays Classics.
NES game for the original Nintendo that I got for Christmas, and it's hilarious, I think. It's so cute. I'm Sir Cucumber, and I'm trying to save Princess Tomato
In the Salad Kingdom.
in the Salad Kingdom. And
That's so cute.
first thing I do is run into this baby persimmon, and I get him some water from the river because he's like drying up, and his name is Percy. and he ends up like hanging out with me most of the game.
Oh.
And he calls me boss.
Yeah, he calls you boss.
Yep. Yep, boss. But it's weird because
She got captured by a police green pepper. And he was
Sergeant
Sergeant
Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper, nice.
And when he was interrogating you, he was a green pepper, but when he got mad, he turned red.
Yep.
I was like, that's a nice touch.
That's awesome.
It was super cute. And there's like different ways. There's like a list of ways that you can interact
It's an
with
old
the
school adventure
space.
game where you just stare at a screen and you got 10 options. You can
Mm-hmm.
move, inspect, talk, hit,
Look
stuff. Yeah.
and take, things like that. So that's how you're presented with a scene, and then you have to figure out the best way to interact with it to be able to proceed to the next scene. I think I've beaten pretty much 75% of the game. It's like the last 25% I need to go, but I'm pretty amused by that game. I think it's pretty interesting and cool.
Yeah. And we picked up a lot of games in Canada. We'll do a gaming hall video probably tomorrow. If I had to guess. What was your favorite? What's your favorite game you picked up? You played them all now, but not all of them. You haven't played all of them. I know two that you haven't. But I don't think that they would be your favorite if you did play them.
I don't know which one my favorite would be. What's
Kirby
the
Tilt and
one?
Tumble.
Well, that one seemed pretty interesting, but
Snow Brothers.
no, not Snow Brothers. I think I'm a little disappointed by that game, actually.
WireWare Twisted.
No, I
wanna play
think I
some of
like the Kirby Tilt and Tumble better than that. What other games did I get? I got a bunch of them. I got that Dragon Quest game. That
Yeah.
seemed pretty cool.
That's a repro cart though.
It is a repro cart. I really like that Super Mario Land 2 that I played.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty
you were
neat.
playing that last night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That game's awesome. I'm gonna at some point set up a stream with the Retron, and I'm just like I used to be able to one shot that game
Really?
when I was a kid. Yeah, and I'm gonna do that with Super Mario Land 1, 2, and maybe 3. 3's much longer than 1 or 2.
That Stinger game that we got for the NES is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a lot of portable games, a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
got
Game Boy
just
Color
stack
games,
of
Game Boy games, Game Boy
Fucking
Advance
ridiculous.
games. I think it was, when in retrospect, I think it's because my sister has a Game Boy Advance SP, and so
Yeah, she bought it at GalaxyCon when we were there.
Yeah.
So she was looking at a lot of Game Boy Advance games, which I think got me over in that section more. And so I ended up buying a lot of those games, which thank God, because as soon as we got to the airport and we
Yeah.
were trying to check our bag, they told us it was like too heavy. And then we'd have to pay like $100 extra. I know.
Yeah. It was overweight by 6 pounds.
Yeah, and she was like, come on, you ain't got a bag in there that you can like take some stuff out and put some stuff in? And luckily I did pack like just a bag, and so we ended up pulling a lot of the weight of our games out and into that bag and actually carrying it onto the plane with us.
I was
But
worried they weren't
imagine
gonna
if
fit.
I didn't buy like little tiny games, right?
Right.
I bought big ones.
Oh, God.
Yeah. All my games had to come in the case.
Yeah, it was crazy.
There was something, I don't know if I should spoil it right now, that you got that I was very afraid of taking that to the airport.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't know what you were afraid of taking to the
The
airport.
fucking giant bazooka super scope.
I wasn't afraid of it.
I was. That
It was plastic and it looked fake. Like, why
It was
would
like
I
a
be
rocket
worried about
launcher.
that?
Sir, you need to come with us. Oh, no.
Yeah. I got Yoshi
What does this have
Safari
anything to do with the rocket launcher?
to play that with. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But I feel like the game that we've all played that I've beaten recently is Pokemon Sword.
Yeah, I
so
beat
maybe
Pokemon Sword as
Proud
well.
of you.
I feel like we could all have some educated discussion about
I
Pokemon
haven't
Sword.
beaten it yet.
No?
I'm too busy doing my fuck farm.
He's too busy running his Pokemon fuck farm.
I didn't really get into that.
Listen,
never
I gave you a Charizard.
I never
so-
even found that place. That Charizard beat the last Pokemon in one hit. So,
Are you talking about with the nursery?
Yes. He'll just he
I did
found
run
a
into that place. I
Ditto,
didn't give him anything.
Get a
And
Ditto,
then
and then
he gets like a specific Pokemon, and then he'll go to the nursery and get an egg, and then ride around till it hatches, and then get an egg. Right around till it
How do you
It
know
is
what
just
two
a
to
fun
put
farm.
together?
You
Ditto makes a copy of whatever Pokemon that you put with it. So you can do Ditto and a Charizard, or Ditto and a Pikachu, or Ditto whatever. Because
Oh,
Ditto mimics.
ditto
other Pokemon.
means again.
And then they're gonna have some DLC coming out, and now they've added Pokemon Home, so you can bring stuff in from Eevee and
You could. There was a flowchart going around on the internet where it was like going all the way back to the fucking original Pokemon.
yeah,
Like,
I'm
you
gonna
could
bring in
follow
my
that.
Mew.
I have all of the.
But it has to be in the
evolutions,
game, though,
which
doesn't
is
it?
always my goal.
Not every
I didn't
Pokemon's in
get
the
any
game.
of
Yeah,
those.
you can bring in like
How do you get
Squirtle
them?
and all that stuff.
But like, I thought all 1,000 of them aren't in the game yet.
I don't know. I know you can bring in Mew.
You can get different EVs by using different evolution stones.
Yeah.
So you get Flareon,
Thanks,
Vaporeon.
Firestone.
thanks to my farm.
Yeah, well, yeah, I needed a lot of EVs, so his fuck farm got me a lot of EVs. So then I just found the stones and then evolved the EVs. So
But how did you get your Eevee?
the fuck farm,
Oh no, I found one.
he found one. I couldn't find.
Where
one in
did
my
you
game.
find one?
didn't
It's like
Found one
the
either.
second route or third
Yeah,
route.
It's in like the
And
second or
you
third
find it in
route.
this like little farm area with these kids that are wearing Eevee outfits.
I remember them wearing Eevee outfits.
Yeah, that's where you get Eevee.
There's like a 10 or 15% chance that they'll spawn.
Yeah.
So he got lucky. So then I was like, I need 7 EVs.
For some reason, I felt like altruistic. I don't know. That's what they say when you're like godlike, or you. Anyway, I was sending out like rare Pokemon here and there,
Like
just
candy.
feeling good.
Because you
about
can
myself.
randomly trade with people. Just send a Pokemon.
Yeah.
out
I did
to
that.
the
I gave him that fucking first sheep you catch or whatever. I'm like, fuck you.
sheep.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the game? I mean, each of you.
It was
Story wise,
uneventful.
it was okay.
have
I
all
like
my-
Team Yell a lot better than I like the other team
Team
for the
Yell
previous game. Better than the guys from the other one that like did all like the weird hand movements.
Yeah, Team Yell was really dumb.
Yeah, Team Yell was
They're
weird.
just standing there like
They're Cockney.
"Oh."
You gotta read their voices like they're Cockney. They're supposed to be quirky.
I have all my badges. I just haven't moved on to the next part.
There's a lot after that.
There's a lot.
There's a lot after that.
Yeah.
I
I have like 40 some hours in the game.
I thought I was gonna beat it during the Super Bowl, and like you just kept fighting things. I'm like, Kathy Brown, when am I
Andy
actually
was
gonna-"
like, "Oh my
when is this
god, are you
actually gonna
serious? I gotta fight this person. Oh what? What is this? I gotta fight this person."
You gotta fight like I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for Josh's. The
I have it done by next time.
Did you use the Pokemon you get at the end of the game? The one that you catch, the one that looks weird.
no.
I did. In the
Oh
final
didn't.
battle,
wait, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I did too.
That thing fucking crushed
Yeah.
everything.
It was great. Kathy said she didn't use it.
Mm-mm.
You didn't use it at all? That thing's OP.
I did not.
No, my Charizard was OP, but that thing
Not
that
that
you
I
catch was a
remember,
good starting lineup type person. Like you got there, you take out the first couple.
Because
Charizard
I
bats
don't
clean
know
up.
what type Pokemon it is, so I don't know what it's weak against, but it was strong against everything.
It was I believe it was a dragon type.
So what were your like Pokemon that you really
Yeah, let's talk about,
gravitated
let's
to?
talk about some
starter?
teams. No, let's talk about like what you ended up. What'd you rock at the end? What was like? What was your go home team?
All my EVs. Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Glaceon, and Leafeon. Because you can only have 5. But I also have all the other ones in my bank.
I like my monkey. He's a gorilla now.
Your starter
He's a-
Pokemon was the monkey.
The monkey. Oh yeah.
What
That's-
was your starter?
I can't remember what his starting name was, but it's Cinderace, the bunny.
Oh, the bunny. Mm-hmm. Me too.
Kathy did
Because
that too.
fire is strong against pretty much all types.
Yeah.
You fucked up by getting Leaf.
Yeah. When you fight your rival picks the monkey too, and you just fucking kill that thing in one hit every time you fight him.
Because fire is strong against
Yeah, grass.
I have everything that I need. So if I need to switch things around,
Well, my top 2 were both fire Pokemon in the end, and when you were fighting water Pokemon, I was like, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
But I also got a Vileplume, who I leveled up really high too, and like that thing had a move called Giga Drain, which
This takes
just
the life out of him.
destroyed any water Pokemon. I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
fuck yes.
I had Cinderace, who I used a lot, which was
It's
my
a little kicky move.
my starter Pokemon evolved. I also used this one that was like this fish. I can't remember the
Goldeen.
name of it right now. No, it wasn't Goldeen.
Magikarp.
It wasn't
Like useless
Magikarp.
fuck.
It was some bland looking ass fish that was a water Pokemon that I used a lot.
My water Pokemon was the Dreadnought.
It wasn't that. I had a dragon type Pokemon that I used, but I can't remember the name. I can't remember the names of them. And then I used this one that looked like a luchador.
Uh-huh.
That one was pretty cool.
I think that's a fire type.
Hawlucha,
too.
I think,
Yeah.
or
I have all 3 starter Pokemon. I have Pikachu, I have Ludwig, and then who's another one?
I used Pikachu too as part
I
of
never,
my party.
I never
guess
saw
it became
any iconic
Raichu.
anything except for like Meowth. That was the only.
I want a female Pikachu. Because you do you know how to tell a difference between a female and a male
No.
Pikachu? So the male Pikachus have straight tails. The female
Mm-hmm.
Pikachus have heart-shaped tails.
I thought I had zigzag tails on it. Like,
Well, they're zigzag, but I'm talking about the very tip of
Oh,
it.
okay.
Like the end of the tail will be heart-shaped, and then the
Hmm.
male Pokemon have straight tails.
there were no male and female Pokemon in the last Pokemon game I beat. I could say I've beaten 2 Pokemon games in my lifetime.
I have two now. Pokemon Silver and then this Pokemon
I've
are
been-
the only ones. Pokemon Sword. They're the only 2 Pokemons that I've ever beaten.
You didn't beat Silver.
I've beaten
Are you
every
sure?
one that
I
I've
did not
played.
beat Silver.
You didn't beat Silver?
Because
I thought I did.
Because Silver's the one where when you beat it, you unlock the entire first game and you could play it over again. You would know it if you beat Silver.
I thought I beat Silver.
You go all the way back to the first Pokemon area and you can play through the first Pokemon game, which is super cool.
I'm gonna load my game and see.
I don't think you beat it.
What have you been playing, Andrew?
Oh my god. So I didn't write it down on the list, but I thought about it. Today, I've been playing a fuck ton of Ring Fit Adventures.
Oh God, I didn't even talk about that.
Oh my God.
I-
I've been spreading the word of this game internationally now. I've been telling people about
I
it.
saw Snapchat.
Yeah, we got our brother to get it while we were there.
He loves it.
Yeah, I'm almost level 80.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm in world 10.
Shit.
Fought Drago a billion times, and that game is super interesting because the way they Stone's Growl, the way that they dole out the stuff. Like I'm 20 hours in or something, and it's still
Giving you more
getting new stuff.
workouts?
Like
New workouts.
yeah, well, I think I've hit the workout threshold because I've started unlocking. They start getting stars by them. Start unlocking 2-star workouts, which are the same as the beginning ones. They just do more damage.
Okay.
So I got like the wide squat again, and that one kicked my ass. I could not fucking walk on Friday because I did too many wide squats. Because I keep upping up the difficulty level, and now I'm doing like 40 reps of everything.
Shit.
And this wide squat's 2-star
40
does like
reps?
270 damage versus like the 60 that the original one does.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit. I am only on the 3rd world, and I'm not even level 20 yet.
That's me.
That game destroys me.
Yeah, the game's
It's hard, man.
yeah. I really like it because like I've tried Wii Fit and stuff like that before. This is the best gamification of exercise I've ever seen ever.
I would agree with that. I like that I can customize it and do my own thing because I've been waking up at like 5 in the morning and doing like just the yoga exercises. And like, because you can make your own playlist of
Yeah.
workouts. So I made one of just the yoga. And waking up in the morning and doing that it feels really good.
Nice.
I like the mini games that they put in there. Especially the ones that are like endless whatever. They'll have a muscle, like endless deltoids or endless something, and you have to like hold the ring up above your head and keep
Yeah.
holding it.
We did that with our parents.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was to see the WWE wrestlers do
wrestlers
it.
do it?
I'm like,
That was
I'm
fucking
better
great.
than Otis at this shit. Look at my 100 seconds and it's fucking 98. Yeah, that's a power lifter. I ain't nothing but a sack of shit. I'm better than him.
That's
Is that
funny.
too hard?
But I feel there's gonna be some twist in the story in this game. It started teasing some stuff
A
last
twist?
Yeah, the other day when I was playing. I didn't play
What do
it.
you mean?
It's Drago's like, you gonna tell him about your old partner? I'm like, oh
that's
shit!
Yeah, because he keeps talking about like his old powers and his old partner, and like I'm like,
And Ring's like, we're not talking about it right now. Let's keep moving.
yeah. I'm like, I'm really suspicious of you, Ring.
You're Drago from another world.
So, and I want to get to level 100 before her brother comes down. Her brother's coming down in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
And he's the type who's gonna like destroy all my records eventually. And I
That's
just want to
because
be.
he's like a master video game player.
Yeah, and he goes to the gym a lot too. So I'm like, man, I just want to get to
Graham
100.
does?
Yeah,
Wow.
He's been really into going to the gym
yeah.
lately. You know, he's so thin.
Yeah.
He's like trying to gain so much. He's trying to gain weight. Like he was freaking out because he was like, what, 140 something pounds?
Yeah. And he ate like 4 plates at a buffet we went to, and he weighed himself. He immediately back to his house. He went and weighed himself. I was like, I'm 46. Yeah. It's like I wasn't even that in high school, dude.
But yeah, he's trying to have them gains.
And that's another thing I love about Ring Fit is when you level up, it says gains. Like, yes. But yeah, there's a whole skill tree to unlock. I don't know if any of y'all seen that yet. Making smoothies, all this.
Yeah, I've unlocked the smoothie stuff in like the store with
Yeah.
my husband and wife.
Yeah, hubby
They're
and
They're
cute.
funny.
what was it hubby and
I forgot
let's
the
start
last
with
name.
H.
Yeah.
Hubby and honey.
Honey? I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
honey.
Yeah, maybe.
So we talked about Pokemon Sword a little bit. I was on a rampage to kind of beat games while I was in Canada. I was like, I got this time. Never have time to play games. I'm gonna beat these games. So I beat
From the
Pokemon.
back catalog.
Yeah, I beat Pokemon. I got another game for Christmas. I'll be short on this one, but it's called Wonder Boy and Dragon's Trap. It's a remake of a Sega Master System game that I've never played before. And it's a short little action RPG. It took me like 5 hours to beat. And if anybody's into stuff like that, like old grindy RPGs where it's just like, well, you just have to get money for a little bit because that's the only way you're going to level up.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it because I had a lot of fun with it. Also started playing Celeste, which I don't know if y'all have heard of that.
I like the name and the name sounds
I've heard of it. We've got a friend that really loves it.
Yeah, it's like an indie platformer, super hard, with some story in between. It seems like, if I had to guess, it seems like this girl has depression, and it's kind of a metaphor for depression. She's trying to climb this mountain, and she keeps running into different people along the way, and she's got like an alternate self that follows her, and every so often there's a level where you can't let the alternate person touch you or you die. Like everything kills you. The game's stupid hard. It doesn't give you lives. It keeps track of your deaths. And I think I've died like 1,000 times already.
Wow.
And I'm only on chapter 4 or something like that.
Wow.
And I played that, and then I was like, I'm going to start playing Wonder Boy just to see what happens. And I was like, this game seems like it's going to be short, and I looked it up. I was like, oh, this game takes 5 hours to beat. I'm just going to beat it right now. So I did. But after that, I got tired of 2D platformers. I was like, I want to play something different. So I started up Luigi's Mansion 3.
How are you liking it?
Without me?
Yeah, well, you have to play a little bit into it to unlock Gooigi, and that's how the co-op is.
Gooigi.
Yes.
It's me, Green Mario.
And that game is super cool. Did y'all have it? Have you played it?
We have it, but I haven't played it. He's played it.
My siblings really like it. They've gotten a little farther.
My teeth are numb.
Your teeth are numb?
That's how I can tell I'm drunk.
It reminds me of the kind of the best parts of like playing that Resident Evil 2 remake of just like the puzzles and exploring this like kind of realistic for a Mario game type environment where it's just like, okay, kind of things make sense here. There's a shop here, these keys go here and there or whatever. But yeah, Kathy wants to play it co-op. I want to play it co-op too.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well,
problem
you
is
said, I was
finding-
thinking we would play it separately and then you suggested co-op.
yeah, I want to do something co-op. It's just the problem with us is like when we have the time to play a game together, do we want to play that game right then? And if we're not super into it, we're not gonna, you know.
Well, you haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, we haven't. What else was on my damn list? Kathy Brown, what was on the list?
The lexicon.
The Lexicon
The lexicon of games.
of Le Champion.
Shit.
I think that might have been it. Yep, that was it.
Wee.
What is that? Is that Japanese? It is.
Cherry vanilla coke.
Look at Lily. She's passed out.
We might get on and play some Twitch things anonymous.
Oh snap!
Any way you want it.
So that's the games we've been playing recently.
Can we talk
What
about?
have you been playing? You just playing WoW?
I've just
Said
been playing
WoW.
Okay,
I
like
tried to
a-
play Warcraft 3 because
like a
I
basement
wanted to
troll.
play it, but guess what? Fuck Blizzard.
Fuck, let's-
I've heard that game was
Dude,
very controversial.
they pulled a fast one on a lot of people. They like
What do you
they
mean?
didn't actually remaster. They
Yeah,
called
they-
it Reforged, and then they just like all they did was change the character models.
And
and
apparently they were like showing stuff like from E3 last year, like here's a cutscene or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and
They
then
took
it
the
does
cutscene
nothing like that in
Yeah.
the actual game.
And up until like
Some
last
fuckery's
week,
going on.
they had a trailer on their webpage that showed like cutscenes and stuff. Anyway, I got my money back for that.
Yeah,
They
apparently
instantly
Did you?
refunded.
yeah, the refunds are supposed to be really easy to get. No
Yep.
matter how long you
Wow.
played it, they were
Only
refunded.
thing I've ever
What?
been displeased with Blizzard. Fuck you, Activision.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I
That's
don't even know if I
crazy.
want to get into it because like I made a whole meme. I was talking to Rory about it, you know, like in the third Star Wars movie where it's like you were supposed to be the chosen
Chosen
one. You were supposed to bring balance to the game industry, not send it in apparel.
Not what Activision
God.
attached to them or
I
owning
don't
them
know.
outright.
It's frustrating because I've been a
Activision
Blizzard
Blizzard.
fan for like decades, and I remember
We're
what they
talking
used to
about
be.
decades, like for real decades.
And I remember what they used to be, and now seeing what they are, like even though I play World of Warcraft, it's just not the same. And fuck you, Activision Blizzard.
I remember the first Blizzard game I ever played.
What is it?
What?
The Death and Return of Superman on the Sega Genesis. They developed that game.
Did they really?
Yeah. That's where I first, like, you see the logo, it's pretty prominent. It's like, you remember that logo because it looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's the first Blizzard game I played. I think that's probably Heroes of the Storm with you guys.
Have
No,
you guys
Overwatch.
ever played Warframe?
Yes,
No.
I have.
Is it a RTS?
No,
It's a
it's,
free
it's
to
like
play.
a Destiny type of
I was
thing.
just asking. My brother's friends with this couple, and they both work for Warframe.
But the company that makes Warframe.
Yeah, the
Oh.
company. That,
Yeah. I
yeah.
believe they're both artists.
Yep. One of them is sort of in charge of the user interface, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And I was just curious. It just popped into my mind.
Rory works for a AAA company now.
Yeah. We're gonna not talk about it.
But which company is
He works
work
by the company Behavioral Interactive that makes Dead by Daylight.
Mhm.
They're gonna be
Dead
making
by
a
Daylight.
bunch of other games.
for? Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna keep my drunk mouth shut
Yeah.
because we may or may not.
No, don't
No.
get down about that.
Beep beep beep.
All right.
Beep beep beep.
I bought WWE stock.
He did. He bought stock
Oh, yeah,
in
it was,
WWE.
that was super low there.
Yeah.
I bought it at the dip, so hopefully by WrestleMania it's back up. But
We also bought stock in Funko.
I did.
What?
So far everything is up, so I'm happy.
My sister's collecting all the Sailor Moon stuff. Looks like.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All the Sailor Moon Funkos?
Is she coming for
Is she?
Gamescom?
She
or-
probably.
No, she's trying to come for
She's trying to come for
GalaxyCon
GalaxyCon.
again. Yeah, we told her the week, so I think she's
She
trying
was
to come
looking at
visit that week.
flights.
GalaxyCon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was she gonna cosplay?
I think she'll have a lot of fun. She can.
She'd
like,
be a
go
good
and get-
side.
I think I showed her a
Sailor
picture of
Saturn.
You
Orange
know what?
Cassidy.
It's funny you say that because that's what she wants to do.
She would be a perfect Sailor Saturn.
She have enough
She-
time to like get it all together and get it perfect
Yeah.
what she wants.
Make that
I almost
staff
ordered
man.
her one for Christmas, but she couldn't get me her exact measurement, so I was like, I don't want to order one.
I'd be worried about trying to make the staff.
Yeah.
Because you can buy
But it's
You
funny
can buy the sailor outfit anywhere. It's
You
the staff
mentioned
is
that
what's gonna
because
be hard.
she's had a recent obsession with Sailor Saturn, and so that's who she wants to be.
Kathy bought
Sailor Death Man.
a Blu-ray season of,
Season 5, the season that was never released in America.
I'm not sure, but it had a bunch of crazy sailor people. I'm like, these are kind of dudes. But they're
Sailor
kinda not.
Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, the Sailor
So,
Stars!
The Sailor Stars. Seiya and Usagi for life. Fuck Mamoru. It's all about
This
Usagi
is
and
this
Seiya.
hentai?
That's funny.
It's
Not
close.
all anime is hentai.
Like,
But all hentai.
like you
anime.
once
Don't tell
thought.
Reddit that.
I really like Seiya.
It's funny,
Yeah.
when I sleep in on the weekends and Kathy gets up and she's like, "It's my time to watch Sailor Moon." I can always tell because it's always like they yell so loud, like especially the main character,
Usagi.
whatever her name
Usagi-chan.
is. She
Loudy face.
is annoying.
No, she's not.
Usagi's supposed to be annoying because she's young and she's a crybaby. Like, that's her character.
And it's so funny, like, listening to, like, those, the dubs of those, like, any anime, really, that has, like, super talkative characters that talk really fast, because the person who does it in English has to talk just as fast, has to get all that thought out into whatever the mouth movement is on the
Yep.
thing, so they talk stupid fast, like, Micro Machines level, like,
What I love
It
about
was
it,
bad in the 90s, but it's better now. Like, the Sailor Moon Crystal isn't as bad as, like, the OG Sailor Moon dub back in the 90s.
yeah, I love it because like Sailor Moon she's like kind of jealous. She's not very smart. She doesn't do well in school.
she's the worst role model for kids.
Model.
Yeah, she loves eating food. She loves playing video
There
games.
was
She
one- There
procrastinates.
was one episode where she was like in front of. I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was like season 2 or 3, and like she just wanted to die, so she was trying to eat herself to death or something like that.
I don't.
But then on the flip side, like she is a role model and she cares about her friends. She's always there for them. And I just love it because it's so relatable. Because like as a human being, you just feel like you just suck, right?
Right.
But yet you might be a heroine, you know, a
Right.
hero. I don't know. I just love it.
Last time I sat down and watched an episode with Kathy, it was like,
I know
this
you
little
think-
girl is in love with this horse. And
No. He's a human. He's a human. He's a human.
it was a fucking horse.
First of all, he was turned into a horse. It's
Yep.
a curse. First
and it
of
was a
all.
little girl.
He's a prince, and she is not as young as you think. She's hundreds of years old.
She was
This
a
sounds
child.
like hentai to me.
Yeah.
I'm just
She's
saying.
hundreds of years old from the future.
I know you're killing on it, but it actually is inspirational to me.
You know you're running out of ideas when it's like, well, what if this girl falls in love with this horse?
No,
No, they're going based
Andrew,
off the manga.
you
Don't
got
hate
it
on
wrong.
We're too drunk to do this right now.
You've got it wrong.
I am 100%
Bestiality.
bestiality and
It's not
pedophilia
bestiality.
in one.
No.
It's like a donkey show.
Babality.
Babe Alley, yeah. It's a new Mortal Kombat thing.
I can't talk to you right now.
Kathy are
Just be quiet.
Can't do shit.
If
Kathy,
you
I
better
gotta show
on the
you my
internet
new
long
makeup.
enough, you
I'm
probably
gonna
see
show
some.
you my makeup room. I redid it. It's in the office.
Oh, snap.
It's so pretty.
Babality.
I want to start a makeup channel. I'm
I
gonna
need
do it.
to redo my makeup room.
Don't tell the name on the podcast until you make the actual channel yourself.
Apparently, I tried to make it on Instagram the other day. This already exists.
Oh wow, fuck you, person. Let's go bomb them.
So
Not
I gotta
like
come up with a
physically.
new name. I don't know what to call it. I was gonna do Bunny Beauty.
I think that's a good name.
It's already taken.
Oh.
I'm trying to use it on Instagram.
Beauty bitches, come on.
Big boot beauty bitch.
No, not. I was just.
I probably won't get PR that way.
Yeah. We're not going to contact the one that says bitch in the name. Pass that on the list.
Somebody should sponsor us. Pixel Pub Podcast. Send us beer.
Yep.
Come on, Voodoo
Send us-
Ranger. You're sponsoring the Twitch meetup in Raleigh. Sponsor us, you cowards.
Yep.
Give us money.
Yeah.
Or beer. We'll take it.
I've been drinking a lot of Voodoo Ranger lately.
Yeah,
I
and
don't-
some
I
juicy
don't drink
haze.
beer.
Mhm.
Send wine.
Sin wine. Duplin.
No, don't send Dublin.
Heading down to
Anything but
Duplin County.
that. Seriously though, anything but that.
So we can make this a short one if y'all want to.
What?
else?
I didn't pull up any news stories. I tried to.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that's happening in the gaming world right now, or like.
I got one fuck you activism.
Everybody and their mama's pulling out of E3. I don't know if y'all seen
Really?
that stuff. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Sony's not going.
That baby.
Oh.
Jeff Keighley, who's like been this long time games journalist, he does the Game Awards. Like anything big you see on television about video games, he's usually involved in. He's not going to be there.
Why?
And he was like a big partner for the ESA. Like it's just not.
I think the ESA is just headed by a bunch of like old fogies that just don't understand video games.
Yeah, it's like it's not the show it used to be. It's not a big trade show for industry people. It's like
Yeah,
it's
because I remember working at Best Buy, like when E3 was happening, we would put all the computers in the computing area on E3
Yeah.
because we would just connect to the Wi-Fi, and all the computers in the computer section would be playing E3, and I'll sneak over there.
Why do you think that's sort of dying out? You think that's because there's so
Oh,
many
video game awards.
communication
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's,
different
it's all about communication. Like
that-
people do their own live streams. They don't need the press anymore. So why go to a thing that's for the press? And they don't need to go for these people who are paying $80-$100 a ticket for whatever to go to E3 because they can just they can communicate directly with their consumers. They don't need this shit anymore. And like Sony's, I mean, they're gonna have a console this year. They're not going to E3.
Yeah, no.
They're gonna have their own
They're
thing.
gonna do their own thing.
So
We should go to PAX East or something like that.
No, we've been talking about that for
eventually.
years.
yeah, I don't think PAX East isn't what it used to be. So that's kind of a bummer.
I kind of like our own little like tiny conventions that we're going to.
Playthrough.
Yeah,
We'll be a
I love
playthrough.
playthrough.
I was on their Instagram.
What do you love the
Yes, you
most?
were.
Do you like
The Rock Band
playthrough or
picture.
GalaxyCon better?
I
like
like
playthrough.
playthrough better, just because it's a
I
little
do
bit more
too.
smaller, and I
Smart.
feel like
It's more focused.
more
I like
community.
playthrough, yeah, but I feel like GalaxyCon's gonna be different this year because I'm hardcore gonna make.
He's
like
gonna
a
hardcore
legit-
try to cosplay this year, like make a legit cosplay. This
I
year.
would love
What
to.
is it gonna
I was thinking
be?
about it, but it's all about comfort for me. Like I could see be like I put on this heavy thing and it's awesome. I look cool for like an hour, take some pictures, but no, get me out, give me my gym shorts, give me my t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm growing my hair out, so I'm either gonna be the Crow, or I'm gonna be
The Crow!
yeah, or
Sting,
I've never seen The Crow, but I know who that is.
Yeah.
either that or
like Crow Sting.
the Joker. I haven't decided
Heath Ledger's
between
version of the
it's either
Joker.
Heath Ledger or I might do.
Man, did you
Joaquin
see that?
Phoenix.
Did you see that Joker movie?
Yeah, we have it. We watched it.
Let's talk about it.
I had anxiety through the whole movie. I will say, like, from beginning to end, like, I don't like movies
He
that
he definitely
give me anxiety.
his character definitely brought out some anxiousness in me too. Just
Yeah.
like the way he was like very uneasy all the time. Like,
I was like, I know bad things are gonna happen, and I just don't know when they're gonna happen, and
My
I
biggest
just
thing
can't
was
handle it. But I love the movie as a whole. It was a good movie.
my thing was it's one of the first movies that you knew that he's gonna turn bad sooner or later, and you're like actively cheering, like, come on, man, just snap.
You're
out of
cheering
it.
for him to be good, but you know he's gonna turn out bad. Yeah.
And even
well, I think that's all they have. Like
Yeah.
they can't unless they had a bigger plot underneath it, but they didn't. It was just all about the turn.
they try to put it in a way that like that made you feel something for him. Like even when he's like,
I did.
all right, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Joker
All right,
yet now, blah,
okay.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
The 5-minute spoiler alert. Just
So he kills 3 people in a subway that are like
Mhm.
these 80s style guppy like Wall
Stocky
Street
guys.
guys, and they do it in a way where you really like you're fine with him killing the first 2, and then he like runs down this other one. You're
Yeah.
just like, god damn it, why couldn't you just like let this guy go? You had self defense until
until the third guy.
the third guy came around.
And that sparks a revolution in Gotham, like
Yeah.
the whole 1%ers type thing.
And that's what I did like about the movie is like it did explain like how he got all his
followers,
cronies,
like his
right?
cult-like following. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really good. It was really well done.
I thought that was well done. Even though, you know, for the most part, I was pretty unaccepting of what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix, for being the Joker. Because in my heart, Heath Ledger's the only
Well,
Joker.
I was sold on it first. As soon as I saw the trailers, I was like, yeah, he's good. He was Johnny Cash. He could be the Joker.
I'm able to pull out like I will always love Heath Ledger's Joker, but I'm able to pull out that there's going to be different ones. So like
Yeah.
for that universe, he's the perfect Joker, and for Heath Ledger's universe, he's the perfect Joker. Fuck you, Jared Leto.
Haven't seen him in
Fuck
such a
you,
joke.
Jared Leto.
Just like Jack Nicholson, like he's perfect for his iteration. But I really enjoyed Joker. I don't really like the aspect of them wanting to do a sequel after like looking at because I like it as its own piece.
Yeah, and it's like, where do you go from
Yeah.
here? Like,
yeah.
Because-
that man's a child in this movie.
Because it kind of has like its open ending, like so you can either come from the aspect of it all actually happened, or you can come from the aspect of up until
was
the
all
point that he's daydreaming about being on the show.
Yeah.
Anything past that point is in his head because they already put that little string where like he's very imaginative about like his life because a lot of the things that go on throughout the
Yeah.
movie don't make sense in the thought of it being like actually happening. So like someone's filming inside the club and it happens to get over to them, and then they like him so much that
They
they
want him on the show.
They want him on the show.
Yeah.
It seems like a fictitious thing that's in his head, and I think that all the way up until that point, he might lose it just a little bit, and then because if you go back and watch, like on the clocks, all the clocks are on the certain same time, and like there are little clues here and there. So I don't know. It's a
So
weird.
was he in the asylum the whole time?
That's. I mean,
That's
I guess
the
it's.
theory.
I guess it's just like.
I would rather believe that it actually happened because, I mean, if it's going to be a Joker movie, like, there has to be a Joker, right? And
Right.
Well, they've been kind of DC recently over the past 5 or 6 years have made Joker an idea and no longer just a single person, and that like
Anybody can be the Joker.
well, yeah,
like Arkham Knight.
yeah. So like they're pushing it in a fashion that like Heath Ledger or not Heath Ledger, but Joaquin Phoenix might be in the next movie, but he might not actually be the Joker. It will be someone else who has taken up the mantle after.
Fuck Arkham Knight.
The one thing I liked a lot about Arkham Knight was the hallucinations. They were the best
It was
thing.
good animation. It was good voice
Not
acting.
even it-
Fuck the driving mechanic.
Yeah,
I'll never finish that game.
Tank. I finished it, but I'm not even talking about the animation. I'm just talking about like when you're gliding around, you see like billboards, and you see like a woman for a makeup thing. You look at it, and you
it's
might
Joker.
spin around, and it's Joker. Yeah, wait, what? You spin around again, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Man, that was so cool.
I'm ready for them to go to other Rogues Gallery members. Like, let's do a Penguin. Like, let's
Yeah.
do like I know
Who was
that
announced to play Penguin?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I always wanted after Dark Knight came out, I wanted Johnny Depp to play a Riddler.
Yeah.
I was like, I want coming
I
from
want a
an
good Riddler.
I'm like, coming from an anarchist, crazy person, Joker Heath Ledger was. I want a suave, fucking, like, clue giver, like, just
An enigma.
yeah, very smart, very calculated. Not that the Joker wasn't calculated, because clearly he was in that movie.
Yeah.
But I want someone who's like,
Ooh, can we talk about that one scene in Joker? The scene where he's finally lost it and he started painting his face white and
Yeah.
the guy comes in. Dude, I have never had so much anxiety in a movie at that moment.
when his coworkers come,
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you
Because
mean? I can't remember this part.
they come to pick up something from him.
and he's like, "Hey man, you can't tell people I gave you a gun." And then he
Oh, no,
stabs
they
him
were-
in the neck and then he fucking brutalizes and kills
yeah.
him.
They
And
were
it- the
coming over
little-
because
the little guy was
his
looking
mom
to-
had just died.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Uh,
Died murdered.
dude,
Oh yeah.
the anxiety I had for after he was killed and the little guy's in there, and I was like, "Oh man, he's gonna kill him." And then he's like, "You're waiting for the shoe to drop, and you think it's gonna happen." And he walks over to the door, and he's like, he's like, "You can just leave." And then like the guy goes over and he's like trying to open up the door, and he can't reach
He's
the latch.
too
at the
short.
top.
Yeah.
And you're like, if he doesn't get out soon, he's gonna change his mind. But no,
He just walks over and opens
lets
the
him
door.
opens up the door, and I think he says something like, "You've always been
you always been good to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he lets him go, and it's just like, I don't think I've ever had that kind of feeling in a movie in a long time, where like I
that was
thought
a really good scene.
I thought something bad was really about to happen to the little guy, because you can't just let someone go after you murder someone. But I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Ugh.
That's crazy. But
There
there was one part that I really had a problem
There were
with.
two parts I had a problem with. One was nullified by the end of the movie, but one wasn't.
Well, I know what Andy's going to say, but let me just go ahead and say what I'm going to say. I thought it was super weird and unnecessary for him to reach through the fence and like start messing with Bruce's
Bruce,
face.
yeah.
And he doesn't even react. He just stands there.
I guess I can defend that just a little bit, because kids are kind of openly okay with, especially back in the 80s, where like you don't have kids
The
used
stranger
to,
danger
yeah, kids
thing.
used to go into
I
vans
grew
all
up
the
the
time.
crime dog and talked to him yet.
Yeah. And I can understand if, from the character's standpoint, if he's putting, like, that's the first time he's seen his brother, or what he thinks in his
Yeah.
head is his brother, he's just like,
He's like, that's family.
And
Yeah,
he did like
I'm
the funny,
trying.
like, hey, look, I'm a clown. Like, here's some
Mhm.
magic. And then Bruce is probably like, oh, cool, yeah.
yeah, I took it as him not being creepy towards him, but more like, let me see do you look like me when I, like, think like
That part didn't bother me because I think I was still fuming over the idea that they were going to make Batman and the Joker brothers.
Brothers.
I
Yeah.
was. I think I literally stood up when that
He
red bush was.
did.
I was like, what? Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
life.
But it
Turns
was this,
out
But
it
it's
was
all
this
fake.
crazy.
And that was
Mom.
brilliant because I imagine that's exactly what they wanted you to think.
I feel kind of bad when you find out that like the reason he is the way he is because he was abused and malnourished as a child
Well, that's because she got the kid just to say
to fuck with the Wayne
well,
family.
to say that she was, that's that whole thing. But
Yeah.
when you start reading through and realizing that like she had a drunk boyfriend and they tied him to
Yeah.
the heating radiator and were abusive, like you start to realize that like, oh, this is why you are the way you are.
Yeah.
You said you had an issue with the end of the movie where he's like,
I didn't like his rant.
yeah,
His big
And-
rant
and
before
the-
he shot Robert De Niro. When he's talking about society made me this way, and he went to specifics. I don't remember the whole rant, but I was just like,
I feel like
Joker
there's a lot
wouldn't-
of people that feel that way nowadays. Like I feel like that's a very like recent.
well, so
well, I mean, what he was saying was true,
Right.
But the Joker, in my mind, the Joker wouldn't do that. The Joker would be very flippant about everything. Like he wouldn't be so serious about, like basically in tears talking about how he was made. He would be like, "No, I'm just going to shoot you," and laugh about it, and that's it.
see, I took it
Sort of
as
senseless
so
in a way.
I thought up until he's about to go out on stage, he was going to do
He was still planning.
he was going to kill
Yeah.
himself. And when he's being made fun of right before he comes out,
Yeah.
that changes his demeanor where he's like, "Nah, fuck y'all."
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. I don't have necessarily any problem with that scene because I think that's like, it's like when a little kid is so frustrated and they've built up to a certain point and then they just let everything out.
Yeah.
And I think that he was sitting on that couch and he kept on trying to say what he wanted
Yeah, and he couldn't.
and everybody wasn't taking him seriously.
And he also wasn't the Joker at that point either.
And
He can
like-
be like whiny or because he hasn't like built up that character yet to where he is as we know him in
I just-
like the comics.
I understand, like, it was a good scene for the movie because it connected all the dots.
Yeah.
It connected the, society's problems, all the clowns out in the streets, him killing the Wall Street people, his own head falling apart right then. Like, it connected all the dots to that one lead up to the gunshot. But it's just, I just can't see the Joker doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. He would be like, he would make a joke.
yeah.
And he
And
wouldn't
you
be.
feel like that's how the movie should end, is like a Joker in that you know the Joker. You know what I mean?
Well, I think they took a lot of it from the actual Killing Joke, where like
Yeah, I
instead
haven't-
of him
haven't read
gassing
that
the
one yet.
audience and stuff like that,
Yeah.
he takes it out on.
Was his name was Arthur in that book too, wasn't
I
it?
don't remember. So
It's been a while since I've actually read it.
I still like the idea of him being the Joker, like calling himself the Joker, but not being who we
perceive
perceive
as
as
the
the Joker.
And that's maybe something I can't.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking
grasp
35 years old. Like maybe I'm getting too like old man curmudgeonly about
Yeah.
things. And I was never a big Batman fan, but I did like the Batman movies a lot. So and the Batman animated series when it was on.
Anime series Batman is great.
Yeah, and like when I think of the Joker, like I think of him. He fits like a niche, I guess, and that was getting out of that. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think that
Oh, I have another movie that I
Two.
watched.
The Oscars.
I watched. Kathy didn't watch it, but I want to talk about it.
I feel
What?
like at the end of the day,
You know what it is.
just to wrap up this
playing.
whole segment on Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is fucking
He's
a
incredible.
really
He's really
incredible
good.
actor.
But I
And,
don't
like,
think he had to like reach that much to be that way.
Well-
Because when we were watching his Oscar acceptance
has-
speech and his Golden Globe acceptance or like Academy Award acceptance speech, he was very Joker-esque
Yeah.
in his mannerisms.
Well, he
and
has
stuff,
he's
Oh,
always
really?
had
He's-
antisocial qualities.
He's been
about
through a
him.
lot. Like his
Really?
brother died of a drug over River Phoenix. Was that his name?
I don't know.
His older brother. He was an actor too in the 80s.
I think the reason that actors can play like they do so well is because I think they leave part of themselves within these characters. It's like the reason why Joaquin Phoenix was doing so well. It's the reason why Heath Ledger did so well is because they are able to pull out something
Yeah.
that's already inside them. So when you see them out on stage, like that's who they are. My only problem with Joaquin Phoenix is it's hard to take him serious sometimes when he's being too serious. Like his speech was just like, I understand where he was coming from. Like we need to stop taking so much resources from the earth and doing stuff like that. but it's hard to take someone serious or anyone in Hollywood serious when they like do all these fucking speeches and shit, and then they go out on a private plane and take it home instead of getting on first class or something like that. Like, it's hard to take you serious, but Joaquin Phoenix is fucking. I think he deserved
He got
all
the
the
Oscar.
accolades that he
It
got.
was- Yeah, he did really well.
I really hope they don't do.
It's crazy that a comic book movie got an
Yeah.
Oscar.
That is crazy.
He's the second one to get an Oscar for it, but
Playing the Joker.
yeah,
Jared Leto.
yeah. But Heath Ledger got one posthumously or whatever.
Yeah, he got postmortem.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's cool. I like the idea of these superhero movies becoming a little more like, I guess you can call them artistic or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Well, they're basically taking graphic novels from the 80s that started being super serious and dark.
yeah.
Like, okay, let's make this into a super serious and dark movie. So,
What movie were you about to talk about?
on the plane, on the way to Canada, I watched and listened to maybe about 20 minutes of Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mhm.
On the way back, I basically watched the entire thing and listened to it. I got right up into the end where Peter Parker and Mary Jane were like kissing. I couldn't hear it at that point because they were doing like the final announcements, but I saw it like on the bridge or whatever. That movie was really good.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked when the part that I saw on the way there was ending when Peter Parker was giving Jake Gyllenhaal, I can't remember the dude's name, Quentin something, Mysterio.
Yeah.
He was giving him the sunglasses, the Tony Stark sunglasses in that bar.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what the sunglasses were. I just started watching from when they were fighting the fire thing, and the bar, like literally that's all I'd see.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Spidey?
Yeah, and I was like, I thought Mysterio was the bad guy. How did we get here? And I was just thinking about it. I didn't even look it up or anything. I was just like, okay. But when we were going back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch this. And it was really, what's his name? Tom Holland. He did really good.
He's
Yeah,
my
he's a good-
favorite
He's
Spider-Man.
really,
I had to
really
say that.
good.
He's my favorite Spider-Man.
I hadn't seen him in any. He was in he wasn't in Infinity War.
Yeah.
But just for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he had like a couple lines. I'm like, okay, he seems.
He started in Civil War, so Civil War was the first
Yeah.
time he's Spider-Man,
And
which
then
he's really, really
Homecoming, and then Infinity War, and then Far From Home.
Yeah,
good. He's
the,
at the end
Endgame.
of Endgame.
In-game Far From
the
Home.
only thing I saw about him that I was like, man, he looks kind of tiny, but whatever. He's Spider-Man. But he was really good.
He's a very young Peter Parker.
He's the
Yes.
perfect like Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like I feel like Tobey Maguire wasn't that great Peter Parker, but he was a great. No. He was a good Peter Parker, but not a very good Spider-Man.
I hated Tobey Maguire. Everything.
And then,
God.
The other guy,
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, was a good Peter Parker, but no,
He was a good Spider-Man,
He
but
was
a
a good
bad Peter
Spider-Man,
Parker.
but a fucking annoying Peter Parker.
I haven't
And then
seen
I feel
those
like
movies yet.
Tom Holland has been,
I haven't
in
seen
my
any Andrew
opinion,
Garfield.
he's knocked out the park, both of them.
Yeah,
Because-
Yeah, I think he's the closest to the comic book version of
Yes.
Spider-Man because Spider-Man is very Deadpool-y.
Well, I
With
see
his, like,
Spider-Man as an
comments and
insecure superhero. Like
Yes.
he's making jokes at his own expense. He's making fun of people when he can,
Yeah,
but mostly it's just like he's
Yeah.
self-deprecating. He is very much still learning.
because
Even-
he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a child.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting if Tom keeps playing Spider-Man. Like,
Well, he
he's-
called up Sony drunk and told him. So when Sony and Marvel had their little split like earlier this year or late last year, he called up drunk apparently to some of the Sony execs and he was like, "Man, I want to be back. I want to be back
I
as
want to play
Marvel."
Spider-Man, please.
But I guess they had already been talking anyway. But it's just kind of funny to think that like he's like sitting there getting drunk and he's like, "You know what I'm gonna do?
I'm
I'm gonna call up the executive.
call this $1 billion executive.
They won't give him scripts for anything anymore. You know that?
There's a whole reel online of him like spoiling, like getting ready to spoil
Accidentally.
stuff, and then what's his face, Benjamin Cumberbatch is like up. So they want to like the end game. They didn't give him they didn't give him any script except for what he
Just his lines. He didn't get he didn't get the script like everybody else.
That's
Because he
so
is so
funny.
notorious for spoiling things when he goes to interviews.
Yeah.
That's why he always interviews with somebody else from the movie. So
Uh-huh.
they can stop him from opening his fucking mouth.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I know I'm late to this. Marvel movies are great. I've seen a handful of them since they've, done the big Marvel Cinematic Universe thing. But Spider-Man was one of my favorite superheroes growing up. That and the X-Men, and the X-Men movies are a sheer tragedy. But also Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm a big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like Jake
Donnie
Gyllenhaal.
Darko.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko. God damn it.
He was really good in that movie.
I
And, like,
love Jake Gyllenhaal.
and I love the conceit of him being a disgruntled Stark employee, and like how Mysterio came to life. It's like he's not even a superhero or like a bad guy. He's just a dude with a computer
Yep,
and
he's a
like,
special
and
effects
thousands of
expert.
drones and I love the Night Monkey. That was fucking hilarious. Whenever someone would say it in one of those European news stations, I would fucking crack up, or at least smirk a little bit, because Night Monkey's a fucking hilarious name. What else? The girl that got to play Mary Jane was.
Zendaya.
I didn't like her at first. I'm like, what is this going on? But every time she'd have a role where she would speak, I got to like her more and more and more.
Who was the one that was Mary Jane?
The girl with the curly hair.
Curly hair, kind of tall. She looked vaguely ethnic. I don't know what.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Because I glanced over at the plane at Andy's screen sometime, and I could tell, like, there was a love interest there, but I didn't realize that was Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Did you watch the after credits scene?
No, I was telling Josh when you were gone, like,
I had
I
to
watched-
release the pipes.
don't break the dam. But
Yes.
I watched basically the entire thing right up until the end where they're on the bridge and they kiss. But at that point, we'd landed and they were giving the announcements and everything, so I couldn't hear what was going on. And before we even got off the plane, they shut all that shit down.
Oh,
So I didn't see
no.
everything.
The post credit scene is part of the reason I think they're gonna start doing like multiverse shit.
Oh yeah, well that's what they hinted at in the movie. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it.
But then
I
they kind of took it away. When
Yeah, I completely
it was
bought
like
his
the
story.
was made
Yeah.
up. So, but yes, I think you need to watch the post credit scene.
Yeah, but like all the characters in that movie, I liked. Like his best friend was really funny.
Ned.
That fucking asshole was streaming all the time. Who
Yeah.
was like a big Spider-Man fan but
Flash.
hated Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see that girl as Mary Jane, though.
Yeah.
Every
didn't
time I
like
close
it
my eyes, I see Kirsten Dunst with red hair.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first.
Charming, though. She
She's
has like
very
a charming
charming.
Yeah,
personality.
that's what I was saying. She grew on me
She's
so
very
much
charming.
throughout the movie. It was kind of
Her in
uncanny.
the first movie was really great too.
Yeah, I wanted
Because she
to-
pops up every once in a while. She's like,
She's
hey,
like,
Yeah.
hey, Parker, you're just fucking retarded.
yeah, she'd just be like in the corner like drawing pictures and stuff. I was like, "Sup, losers?" And just keep drawing. And it's not till the end of the movie that she's like, "Hey, my name's MJ." So you don't know she's Mary Jane in the very first movie.
Interesting.
Because he has a different love interest in the first movie.
Was it Gwen? Gwen Stacy?
No.
She's not in it.
No, she's not in it.
Is it weird? Why would all
We
these...
can't talk about that twist, but there's a halfway through the movie. Well, we're spoiling.
In the
here,
very
just
first,
Man, I can't.
in the
even
very
remember.
first movie,
Yeah.
like in Homecoming.
There's a.
That's a really like in the theater. I looked over you. I was like,
Yeah. I
Like
hate
that
saying
cat
that
meme.
because like even saying that there's a twist is like spoiling it, because now you're gonna be sitting there watching the movie going, "What's this fucking twist
What
gonna
is it
happen?"
he's talking about?
Yeah, and then you're gonna be sitting there analyzing everything. I'd recommend watching that if you like Far From Home. Then Homecoming's a good one too.
I did like it in that, like a...
I enjoy the entire.
Happy. I really liked him.
Yeah.
Whenever he
Happy.
would show up, he was
Him and
it was super great. I don't like that they got
Aunt May.
Marissa Tomei to play Aunt May, because I was like, she's still too
She's
young.
called Aunt
She's
Bay.
still too
Well, that's
young.
because Peter Parker's so young. I think that's why they
They call her Aunt Bay.
Aunt Bay. Yeah, that's why they had to young her down a bit
That's too much for me.
They did uglier up. They did like try to make her.
with the glasses.
Yeah.
Please.
No,
It's
they
still
gave her high waisted like
mom
overall
jeans.
jeans and stuff too.
And the twists and everything, like the little small twists that they would do throughout the movie, like where like, you think he's with Nick Fury, but he's really not, and like all that stuff, like it just kept happening. I'd fall for it every time. I'm like, Nick Fury's dead. I'm like, oh wait, no, he's not. It was a fucking illusion.
It happens a lot in the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe.
Nick Fury's died like 5 times.
Yeah, very much. Jesus Christ.
Now I have to go back and watch that movie for real.
Yeah, it was good.
We have both of them on Blu-ray.
Do
We have the
you?
entire
We have the
cinematic universe.
entire MCU movies on Blu-ray.
Wow.
We've got
I've been on board since Iron Man, so that's why I'm a little like, because I can completely understand when people come in middle and then they're like, I don't know. What the
we
fuck's
watched
going on.
we red boxed Iron Man when it originally came out on disc, and Thor.
The first Thor.
I don't
was not
remember
great.
watching Thor.
I like.
Thor
I,
didn't pick up
I
until
was
the second one.
I was so like, who the fuck cares about Iron Man? Who the fuck cares about Thor? I don't care. And when we watched them, I was like kind of into it. It wasn't until Iron Man 2 that I fell back off again because I fucking fell asleep during that movie. I was
Thor. Let's see. Thor
Ragnarok
Ragnarok
is
is
the
one.
best
It
movie.
because it is just fucking hilarious.
I
It's-
just-
it's
y'all-
completely
Have you heard the
different.
rumors that the
So yeah, so I've had to defend the MCU to my brother because he's like, I don't understand it, like blah blah blah.
But
like,
our niece loves it. And
Yeah.
that's why like
But,
she's my
man,
favorite person in the whole
I've
world.
been-
I love my niece. If I
so-
could steal her, I would.
I've seen almost every
Stellar.
single one
Stellar.
in theaters. So I've been there like since the very beginning. So like, I'm the go-to person at work when like my friend Kendall at work will come up to me. Like he asked me about Morbius today, and I was like, do we have half an hour to talk about who Morbius is? But like,
Oh,
he
It's like
got-
the
that
demon
movie's
dude.
coming out, isn't it?
he's
Jared-
like a vampire. Yeah,
God damn it.
Jared
I had
Leto's
a-
trying again.
had a Marvel Masterpieces card of Morbius, and he was holding an eyeball.
Yeah. So the Iron Mans, the first one's good. The second one's kind of meh. The third one's kind of meh.
I think
Uh,
Iron Man's only good in the ones that he like appears in, not in his like
But
standalone movies.
I will defend to the end that Iron Man, like Tony Stark, has the best arc in any movie
Yeah.
franchise
Overall,
ever.
the best
Because
story arc.
he starts off as a millionaire philanthropist who sells weapons to the enemy, and at the very end, he
He saves the universe. Yeah,
Did you
I know
see
what
it?
happens.
You know what
Nope,
happens?
didn't see it, but I know what happens.
So he essentially gives up the
Everything.
perfect life to be with what everything he ever wanted, which is have a wife and a kid. And he essentially gives up everything to save the universe.
Yeah,
to bring
no,
everything.
I
back.
love the kind of flippant remarks in Far From Home about that event, like they
Yeah.
got blipped or whatever.
the
Yeah.
blip.
Yeah,
The blip. They
Yeah.
just call it the blip.
and they just fucking talk. I was like, what the
And
fuck
then,
are they
like,
talking
the
about?
kids that age.
Yeah, he's like he was picking his nose and shitting his pants until the blip happened. Like, and it took a couple of times for the. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? Then I had to think about, oh, this is like post all that stuff.
It's,
I
the,
think-
it's the first movie that came out after Endgame.
Captain America has a really good arc.
Yeah,
too.
that was the third one, Captain America. The first one I really
Alright,
liked that
the
one.
first Captain America was really slow for me personally. I thought the pace of the movie was really slow. I think because it was an origin movie and because it was a character that I personally wasn't familiar with, and it was like a new character that haven't had a movie before.
Yeah.
So
It's a
I was
tough
it
one
was very
because
slow.
they have to explain a lot. They have to give they have to put a lot in that movie to be able to get you up to speed who Captain America is.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to try to make him likable because everybody
Yeah.
always compares him to Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
he's very different from Superman though.
Captain America,
kind of a goofball and.
He has a good arc too. Like towards
Yeah.
the end, he's kind of like acclimated to the newer world that he's in
Man.
because he's so used.
everybody
to
in the
being from
original
that time
Avengers has a
era.
good arc. Fucking
Thor has a good arc too.
Hawkeye has a really good arc because
Hawkeye or Black Widow.
No, Hawkeye does because he loses everything and then becomes Ronin, and then like you fucking feel for him when he's sitting there and
That
like
opening shot in the movie.
yeah. And then Black Widow has a really good one too.
I can't wait for her movie to come out because we'll find out a little bit more
Yeah,
about her.
I love DC.
I personally like the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah.
Not everybody
That's one I
does,
haven't
but
seen.
The what?
Yeah.
the
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man movies. Because
Ant Man?
I like
He
Paul
can,
Rudd.
He can get real small. He can get real big.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Ant Man.
Yeah,
He's an Avenger.
pin particles and stuff. So
Doctor Strange is a good one too. Very trippy. But I like his story.
if you like the scene in Far From Home where like everything's kind of like everything's being weird to Peter Parker because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
being, then you'll
He's,
like,
he's in his own illusions. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Doctor Strange was in Infinity War. I got a good feeling him.
His standalone movie is really good too. His origin story is really
You're
interesting.
embarrassing me in front of the
You're
Wizards.
embarrassing me in front of the Wizards.
I don't know. I love the MCU.
I like Venom.
because I think the Infinity Saga as a whole, they have a couple like kind of rough movies, but for the most part,
First Captain America.
I think that any of the movies that came out, you can sit down and at least enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've only watched like 4 of them.
Guardians
It's like-
of the
Yeah,
Galaxy,
not
the
very
first
many.
one holds up really well. I
Both
watched
of the
it.
Guardians movies are really great.
I still feel like the Dark Knight trilogy is my favorite, like, because man, Heath Ledger does so.
Yeah,
Like this.
it's good.
When he is okay, so we're gonna keep nerding out, I guess, about movies for a second.
We're movie. Let's just preface this with we are movie buffs. We go to the movies a
I
lot.
have-
Like we go to opening nights on Thursday nights. We don't go like on Fridays. We go opening
I have
night
about
for movies.
To
Jenny
my right
and I are
now.
the
Yeah.
opposite. We're
looking
kind
at
of
what, like 200,
anti-movie.
300?
No, these are about. It's like 450, almost 500 at this point because there's a bunch.
There's a
Elsewhere.
there's a bunch in the shed.
The scene, the interrogation.
See
scene,
Waterboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was noticing that one too. It's really weird that you mentioned that.
The
Starring the Big
interrogation
Show.
scene from Dark Knight is fucking amazing. The where he's getting interrogated.
Oh yeah,
And
the
Batman just
whole
shows up.
interrogation scene.
Yeah, and then like he's punching him and hitting him. That's the
He's
Joker that you
laughing.
probably like
Yeah.
because he's getting hit and he's like.
He's like, there's
He's
nothing you
laughing.
can do for me.
There's
There's
nothing.
nothing you can do. You have no power over
And
me.
then as when you finally think that he's giving out the information that he needs, he gives out the opposite
he lies to
and
him.
like makes him choose because he knows that Batman loves Rachel, so he's gonna go after
Fuck
her.
Rachel.
I like the scene where they introduce the Joker when he walks in on the mob bosses,
Yeah,
and they ask him what he wants.
he does
for,
the magic trick.
Yeah, he wants the what do you want for the Batman? He just says half.
Yeah,
It's like kill the clown.
We have an extensive Disney collection, but that's useless now that we have Disney Plus.
Whatever. Disney Plus ain't gonna be around forever.
How dare?
None of that stuff lasts forever.
Yeah.
that's the reason why I still gravitate towards
Buying
physical
Physical,
media
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I think when you own digital, you're renting. You're not
Yeah.
actually owning.
Mm.
And then I have like, so I was telling her the other day before we started dating, I used to go around and when Oscar season started, I would go and buy.
All the nominated films.
I would either buy them or rent them. So like you can see like the last year I bought. So like,
I don't even know what was nominated last year.
where's Gone Girl? So you got Gone Girl.
Gone Girl? No, that wasn't last year. You watched Gone
No,
Girl?
I'm talking about the last year before we started dating.
Oh.
So Gone Girl and I think Her.
You have to tell the story of the Gone Girl.
Dude, Gone Girl ruined my life.
Why?
For like 5 or 6 days.
Why?
Because I had just gone through a divorce and I'm watching Gone Girl
Lord.
and I'm getting back into like the world
The
of
dating
dating
world.
and Gone Girl's fucked up and I haven't watched it since and I don't think I ever will again.
Whatever. Pineapple Express.
Oh, Whiplash.
Minority Report is one of my favorite movies. You've got that.
And then I got all the Jurassic Parks. We got all those.
We have the new Jurassic Parks.
When I watched the first Jurassic Park in theaters. I was sitting at the far end, so right next to the wall, and I thought it'd be really funny to act scared and like when the dinosaur came. So I like pulled the curtain, like it had big curtains, and I pulled the curtain. I was gonna hide my head behind the curtain. There's a cement wall behind the curtain.
Oh my
And I said boom, and I was like, oh, that wasn't even that
Now I
funny.
got a concussion.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He has a lot of Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your
All the way up
Simpsons.
until like the good seasons. I think I have 13 and 14. 12. Yeah, 14 is the last one I bought.
We have doubles of some movies because when I moved in, I had some of the movies that he already had.
This is probably awful for a podcast where people can't actually see.
yeah.
Just imagine a wall. With
Just
So
imagine a
long
wall
movies.
of like 500 movies that we own between the two of us.
Yes.
Yep.
I could go on and on, but we'll stop.
Before I close this out, there's a game I forgot to mention. It was Control.
Oh yeah.
No, I really liked it. Parts of it, I really disliked parts of it. I will say one thing: I wish someone else would play it so I can talk
Bring
to
it
them
out
about
of Game Pass, you cowards.
Yeah,
You
bring
announced
on
it
Game
already.
Pass and then we'll play it. You fucking
And
cowards.
When y'all get to the ashtray maze, I want to talk about the ashtray maze. 'Cause
Ashtray.
the ashtray maze. Yes, it was the best part of that game.
They put 15, Final Fantasy 15 out on Game Pass. I'm going to download that as soon as this is over.
And I
Good
got the
move.
platinum trophy in that game, and I cannot remember a goddamn thing that happened except for I fought a giant mountain turtle for like 8 hours straight.
I just
Oh,
want
I remember that
Yeah,
mountain
Kathy
turtle.
went to work and came back, and I was still fine.
to Marty, it's your kids.
There's your kids, Marty.
So we
That
wanna-
mountain
we wanna
turtle.
end this so we can
Yeah.
play a game of Coop or something like that real quick.
We can play Coup.
Let's just
since
play
you
Coop
guys-
because I've been jonesing to play that, and
Yeah.
it's a quick one we can get out of the way.
That
and be
sounds
done with.
fun.
We're gonna
Let's
play
do it.
Coup.
Coop,
This is a short one this time. So,
thank you for listening.
Thanks, Internet.
yes.
Thank
We love
you.
you, Internet.
Goodbye. We'll be back
So much fun.
soon-ish.
Maybe a round playthrough. Maybe
Yeah.
we should do a pre-playthrough and then like.
An after playthrough. But we should do after playthrough after me and Kathy split our picture.
Are we doing?
Oh
Orange
yeah,
Cassidy?
and after we go to Lush.
Are we
My
going?
husband's gonna take my debit card again.
Are we gonna do Orange Cassidy?
Yeah, we're gonna cosplay. as
I'm down for Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Then we can all play an instrument on Rock Band
As
as
Orange
Orange
Cassidy.
Cassidy and
Yeah.
get somebody to take a picture of us.
We'll
all
just
of us
do it.
playing
We'll
Orange
just do it as
Cassidy.
bored as possible. We'll just be like,
On easy, just not.
On easy. I think they have Do Not Fail mode on.
or you could do.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Just do a song like, fucking Creep.
It's too low for me.
All right.
Actually,
Good
I
night,
don't
everyone.
know. Whatever. Good night, Internet.
Good
I
night,
don't
people.
know.